All right, stand by a second. Let me reset the mic. Okay, there we go. Hey, good afternoon. Shaggy SoCal 2 for Forza, and time for the last set of track guides for this sixth season of TNT and this Holden Torana A9X. First up, we're going to do track guide for VIR North. So, as always, I'm going to go out and run a couple of laps just to warm myself up, kind of refamiliarize myself with the circuit. I'll do a track walk, just kind of pointing out things that I'm noticing as far as how this car handles, what it seems to like around VIR, what it doesn't. And then I need to practice. I'm going to do a mock race against the AI just to, throw some traffic out there so I can practice my questionable racecraft. Hopefully also get into some different conditions as well. But with that, let's go ahead and get started on the first portion. Let's run some laps. Sound like I stole it out of the pits. I will put it in fourth. Okay. Medium tires will take a lap or so to get up to temperature, so all right, so my braking for the horseshoe in turn one here is just past the first Michelin board. I like dropping it to second. Curving there on the way out, roll back into the throttle. Third gear, short shift to fourth. I think, take a shallower line than what the game suggests, but I'd rather be a little shallow than risk going off the outside of these corners. VIR is fairly curb friendly, but if you get it wrong and you go off on the outside of the corner, you're going to be in the grass for a while. A little bit late. Brake just as you get to the cones. Get it to the inside there. Roll in the throttle, fourth gear. I think you can do this in third. I'm gonna just do one more lap just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. We're gonna do turn one and third this time so that we can do here. And we can stay in third here. Just crack the throttle. You might be able to do that right-hander up the hill in third. A little too far to the right, or left. All right, so let's go warm up laps of VIR. So let's talk about where I'm braking here. So the easiest thing to spot coming down the front straightaway here for VIR as far as braking for the horseshoe is the Michelin signs here on the left and right. So I'm looking at the first set that we're going to pass. That's what I'm looking for coming down the front straight. And so my braking is, if I brake just as they go off view, excuse me, that that that's about it feels a little early to me. I think I can brake a little bit later than that, but then it's such a fine margin between braking too early and braking too late. So I'm still kind of at this point. As soon as I pass the first one, probably, again, as soon as it goes out and it's maybe like a half second or just uh, just a breath here. Once you get past it, that's when I'm getting on the brakes for turn one. And for me, it'll depend on my mood. You can do this again early on until the tires warm up or I get into rhythm. I'll probably do the first, do turn one in second gear. I'm really trying to get to the curbing on the inside, just to help, And again, second gear it just puts the car a little more on its toes till it get turned in, and then just I'll start rolling out of the throttle as I get out of the corner and I get off the pavement here, the new tarmac. Probably about here, I should be able to start really. I'm going to start trying to get back in the throttle as soon as I can, um, because I have a little bit of steering still turned in for coming out of the horseshoe. Depending how much I hit the throttle, it is possible you're going to be fighting some wheel spin out of the back of the car, and you might be having to do a little bit of throw a little opposite lock here or there just to kind of keep the back end, keep it from stepping out too far, still getting the car to accelerate, get the car to rotate out of the corner. So that'll be a little bit of adventure. Might not be a problem on the soft tires, but definitely hards and mediums. Yeah, those be a little bit of wheel spin. So second gear, third gear, I'll probably short shift to fourth. Now I take a different line through here typically than I think what the game will suggest. So for my turn in point, I'm looking for the WeatherTech sign here on the outside. And what I'm going to try, what I tend to do is once I pass that, I'm going to turn in. I want to try and get the car to the curbing here on the inside. Still full throttle, fourth gear. And as I pass the curbing here on the right side or the left side, can't tell my left from my right from the day. So when the curbing ends, as I get past that, hello, come on, there we go. Probably about here and just probably about halfway, gauging about halfway between where that curbing ends, and you can kind of see where the new pavement, where they've repaved a portion of the track. You can see the thin line, but where it kind of angles out, where it widens out, that's what I'm kind of using as my aiming point in braking. So past that curb, I'll brake about halfway between the end of the curb and to that point, where the new pavement widens. Drop it to third. Probably keep it out to about here, but still keep it pretty shallow in third gear. Kiss the curbing there, and then I'm going to bring it on. I'm actually going to cross over the curbing on the right side. Bring the car back on the pavement, still third gear. Brake just past the end of the curbing on the right side. Brake, brake, brake. And here's another one. You have your choice. You can do this next corner in second. You could do it in third. Depends on your comfort level. Depends on traffic. But it'll be brake. I'll be braking, and I'm going to try and release the brakes just as I get to the new pavement here in front of me. I should be able to release the brakes and turn in. Use a bit of the curbing here. If I'm in second gear, I'm going to try and short shift to third. Kiss the curbing here. This is one of the most dangerous corners, dangerous as far as going off. It is very easy coming out of this corner. Then you're like, it's a general right. It's like the left side of the track comes up pretty quick out of this corner. And if you're not paying attention and you still want to get enough turn, get the car turned so that you don't drop the left side tires off in the grass, because you have a little bit of curbing as a buffer. But once you're past that, it's dirt, it's grass, it's just going to pull the car off. And, if you're off here, it's going to take it forever to finally get back back on the circuit once you get through the I think they're called the serpentine. So pardon me. So what I'm going to do is I'll short shift to third at this point, or if I'm already in third, be in third. Bring the car out, and this should just be a turn in. You're just going to probably have to lift the throttle a little bit just to help get the car turned in, and roll it back in and roll back into the throttle. I'm going to abuse the curbing here a little bit if I do it right. I'm definitely going to straddle this curbing here and abuse the hell out of it. Kiss the curbing here, then start turning to the left. Just going up through the gears, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. I'm still not sure what I'm doing in the race as far as this portion here. Normally I'm bringing the car out to the right side, to kind of set up for the uphill S's or the climbing S's, but we're not doing that here on VIR North. But I'm still kind of trying to figure out what the best line to set up for the next right-hander is. So I've got two thoughts that I'll probably be poking around with. One is to kind of bring the car out to the right side, for the traditional line. And then what'll end up happening is once I'm parallel here, as the track kind of kinks to the right, I'm not going to get kinky with it. I'm not going to follow it. I'm just going to keep, the straight line I'm going now. And that'll naturally bring the car back across the left side of the track right as I get to the braking point. The other school of thought is coming out of the snake there behind us is to kind of exit it out in the middle of the track and then just slowly bring it across to the left. So it's one of those, just pay attention, especially in traffic, what the car in front of you is doing, what line they kind of prefer to set up for this next corner. But regardless, you're going to want to be on the left side of the track. For me, the braking point is right about where that where the middle of the three WeatherTech signs are. So that one's too far back. The one all the way up is too far forward. But it's this second one, as it goes out of view for me, that's when I'm going to start braking for this next corner. This one, two schools of thought. And again, I'll play around with both lines in the race and see what seems to be more comfortable for me. Gearing, either you can wind it out in fourth gear, you can put it in fifth. This corner, I think I can, when I first start warming up, I take it in second. You probably can take it in third. Even it's not too low in the RPM range, and we've got a torquey motor, so you might be able to do it in third. But the line through here, I tend to, again, this is one where I'll tend to break in a straight line. I might cheat in a little bit, but what I'm trying to do is I might be a little wide on entry, but I'm going to late apex it, and the apex is right as you crest the hill. And the reason for me doing that is as I bring the car up over the crest of the hill, I want as little steering in the car. I want as little weight, on the, let's see, I'm turning right. Yeah, so the weight's on the left side of the car. I want as little weight on the left side of the car, the left rear, as possible. Because what I want to be able to do is as the car crests the hill, if I keep my foot in it, I'm going to spin up the rear tires. And if I can spin them up the tires and I'm straight, then I'm still going to be going forward. If I get over the crest and I still got some steering in it, then the back end's going to want to step out, and then I got to start doing some corrective steering, and it'll probably cost me a little bit, just that little bit of time, and that might be enough if there's a car behind me to try and make a pass through this back half of the course. But ultimately, if I do it right, which more often than not I won't, I'll be straight out across here, third gear, still in third gear. I'm going to use that curbing. I'm going to bring the car, just kiss the curbing here, and I want to try and get the car, keep it on the right side. Still third gear. As I get to this first cone, for me, it is just a quick little brush brake, third gear, and start to turn the car in. Because ultimately what I want to be able to do is I want to bring the car over and get on this curbing here, still in third gear, probably full throttle. Going to have to back off the throttle to set up for this next corner and kind of crest over a little bit here, roll back into the throttle, still third gear, pop into fourth here, abuse this curbing, because if I consistently put the left side tires on that curbing as it comes straight up over the hill. It should put me in that straight line to set up for roller coaster. Now, braking for roller coaster, coming out, transitioning out of the infield onto the main circuit again, is there's a couple things I key off of. Mainly it's, once you know you've transitioned back onto the main circuit, that should be a hint you probably need to think about braking. The other things that I've been noticing is you have the lighting that's up here that's going to go out of view. As that's going out of view, it's probably a good time to start braking. And also, I'm going to be starting to brake right before I get to the new pavement here that's right in front of me. Now, depending on the time of day, depending on the weather, you may or may not, these things may not be as easily seen as they are right now in test drive. So just find those reference points that you can consistently use. Again, if you're using the braking line, well, you'll have a consistent reminder to start braking for roller coaster. So roller coaster, depending on your mood, second gear or third gear. For me, second gear, again, it's always about, it just puts the car on its nose a little more. Turn-in seems to be a little crisper, but you're high up in the rev range. So if you're going to do it in second, as you come out of this corner, short shift it to third. Or if you're in third, then you're in third. Ease off the gas here. This part here, as you're trying to roll back into the throttle, you saw it on my demo laps. It is possible that the back end or the tires are going to spin up and the back end's going to start to rotate a little bit, get a little bit of a four-wheel drift. So just manage it with your with your right foot on the gas pedal. Just back off a little bit, roll back in. Just know to expect that. I'm still third gear through here. I'm lining up. I'm going off of the curbing here on the outside. As I get to it, usually as I get past it, it's just a quick little brush brake. Turn the car in, kiss the curbing here, brake again as that curbing goes out of view, because I really, this is the other corner that's dangerous. It's very easy to overcook into hog pen here at the bottom of the hill, not to be able to get the car stopped and go off on the left side. And that one's worse. You go off left there, it's going to take you forever to get the car slowed, turned, and then slowly brought back onto the circuit without a spinning. So usually I'll do another decent braking. I mean, it's not like heavy braking where I got to bring the car to the stop, but I do want to get some weight on the front of the nose and want to get it slowed down so that when it transitions to the flat here, I have steering, I can have the car here, and when I get it out to the left side, I want to try and stay off the outside curbing. And as soon as I feel comfortable, I want to get back to full throttle, third gear here coming out of hog pen onto the front straight. Wouldn't surprise me on the harder compounds to get a little bit of wheel spin and get a little four-wheel slide coming out onto the front straight. Just you can manage it with your right foot. You might throw a little counter steering, whatever helps you keep the car on circuit and get back on the front straightaway. And at this point, you're on the front straight, a little kink to the right as you get the start finish. And that's the slow lap of VIR North. So there you go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quick pause the stream to reset the audio, and I'm going to set up a mock race against the eye with what I think the race length will be, and we'll see what kind of conditions it gives us. So let's get out of here first. Exit to event menu. Actually, we're going to reset this up here, but I'll do that here in a moment. All right, give me a second. I'm just going to kind of reset the stream here. Pause. Okay, so we're going to do circuit race, VIR North, number of laps. I think we're going to be doing 21 laps here. Random. 24. Random. Dynamic track rubber on. Drive tar designs, all the drive tars. Okay, for cars, I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. So we're going to keep it in the vintage sport compact class, but I am going to narrow it down to just Holden and the Torana A9X, so that hopefully should give me a field of Toranas this time instead of the mixture. It's just throwing it in for funsies. Start, we'll go random. One mandatory pit stop. All right, let's go ahead and see what we get. Okay, it's foggy. I can deal with fog.
The Virginia International Raceway's North Circuit shares the same challenging Turn 1 horseshoe with the Full and Grand West circuits. You should stay on the inside line when exiting this demanding turn.
That's good advice. Stay on the inside line. All right, so we're going to be starting at 4 p.m. So, going to be racing into the night. So that's going to be fun because I don't know how good the lighting is at night here. So let's go to car, fuel and tire. I'm going to play around with strategy a little bit here just to... So it's 21 laps. Yeah, let's do that. So here's my theory. Here's what I'm going to be poking around with. Normally what I tend to do is go out. I usually just put the full tank in, the max fuel I need for the entire race. So I don't have to worry about messing with fuel load. And then do the tire strategy. What I might try and do here is, all right, let me just start at 50% fuel. It's a little more than I need, for the opening stint on the hard compound, but when I come in and refill, I can just refill it. It makes it easier. It's like start on 50%, pit, fill it back to 50% and go, and see how we'll do with that. Okay, so I think we are ready. Let's go ahead and start race. Mile away at the back, almost. So I'm gonna pull off to the left here and let the last couple of cars go by. About to see the sign out there, but we're all a little slow right now. Why are you so slow? Oh, you crowded me a little bit there. And no, don't put me in the pits. I was being all nice. I was about to compliment the drivatars, like, oh my god, I almost got through the entire lap, and and didn't hit anybody, and I didn't get hit. And how about you? I was like, that's about as safe a rejoin as I can do. Definitely a little bit difficult to see, but try that in third next lap. A little bit earlier just because I got cars in front of me and I don't know when they're gonna brake. I can just about see that apex. You can use a lot of curb. I'm kind of surprised at that. I was expecting a penalty there, but it's like, what do you want me to do? The guy just hit the brakes. At a part of the track, you shouldn't hit the brakes. Made a decent recovery so far. Could have been a little better. A little bit late. That's a little bit early. Almost went off. Whoa! I've been flirting with that wheel spin out of the end of the end of the snake there, and the snake bit back. One at the line. Okay, Forza, it's getting a bit dark. Could use a little light. Headlights would be nice right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's nice we got lighting there at that apex. That's always good. Oh, come on. Third gear. I'm like, why am I not moving? Wow. Huh. Holy crap, that's dark. Can I just cannot see that apex at all. I mean, it'd probably be easier to see if it wasn't foggy. Try not to crash this time.
Is about a second.
I'm just curious if, if the impact earlier in the race has kind of forked my headlights. And that's why I'm struggling so much, because I have no headlights. Or they're just that horrible. Now I'm just driving stupid. Don't know how I made it through there that time, but okay, I do have headlights. It's just the foggy conditions. Custom, go back to 50%. I'll do 40%. 11 laps, roughly, and I only have 10 to do, so I think that might be good. But yeah, just I mean, without the foggy conditions, I'm sure the headlights would make seeing that back portion a little easier. Grip. I'm definitely keeping it in the middle of the track now. At this point, it's probably just safer to wind this out in third. It does help having Ron run up there, kind of blazing the trail. Oh, come on. Just leave it in fourth and not put it in fifth. If help. Kept saying it's like I should leave it in fourth, and I just put it right to fifth. Off there, which is going to make this. Right now, I'm just trying to survive. Fourth, leave it in fourth. I mean, I'm like 2 seconds off. I mean, the 137 on the mediums, I was down on the 135s. So. Thank God it's almost over.
Three to go.
And I'm putting it in the middle of the track because I don't trust getting out to the edge. Come on. That's my fault. I'm pushing forward, but I guess I'm a little too much left on that forward. Late with the turning because I can't freaking see. So it's just, it's like turn 10, put a light there or like some bot stocks or something. A little bit late. guess I won't finish last. Well, I don't want to. There's still a lap left. Yeah. Well, guess what? I did speak too soon. And of course, the sun finally starts coming up on the last lap. I'm just driving it like an idiot now, just because I'm in last already. I can't do any worse. So that is VIR North in this Holden Torana. I would say pray that we do not have dense fog at night. Holy crap. That was horrible. But 35.58, and again, 21 laps is probably the amount. I don't know that Matt will do 23. So, yeah, that was horrible. Absolutely horrible. So, at least now we know. But there's that one portion, that one back portion, there's just nothing you can see there. So with that, I'm gonna call it I'm gonna take a break here, and I'll come back and we'll do the other track guide at Lime Rock Full, and hopefully the race conditions are a little more favorable, or at least have a little bit better of a time, getting the car around the track. So with that, I'm gonna take a short break. I will be back. Happy racing.